We're going to be making my swap card today. It's so cute. Remember we had our glitter retreat. I guess it's been almost a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now. So I'm going to make my swap card. Now remember we offered 3 swaps during our retreat. So we did a 3D swap, a card swap, and then a shoebox swap. I'm going to show you all 3 swaps over the next few weeks. But today we're going to make my card swap that everybody got as the swap as we did our swap line. You might have seen my video on too. This was my card that I swapped for that. So let's go ahead and flip this over. There we go. So now this is my card that I made, and I got to give a shout out to Janet Baker. She had given me her swap, which looks like this, back in I think it was in September. And no, it was in August when we went to Las Vegas for backstage. So this was her swap that she'd given me. Isn't it cute? So I changed it up a little bit. This is using, I think, the Circle Greeting stamp set. But it's so cute. It uses 6x6 designer paper. It's such a really cute fun fold. So this was my card swap. Let me take it out of the envelope. We had, everybody had a couple extra. If you look at my blog post from that last week from Tuesday, we all had a couple extra because there was a couple people that didn't end up coming to the retreat because they were sick. So this was my swap. Isn't it cute? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first show you all the items that we're using. I'm going to color first and stamp. So I'm using the Berry Burst Light, I believe, the Stampin' Blends, the Pool Party Light and Dark, the Granny Apple Green Light, and the Crumb Cake Light. This is the stamp set we're using for my card. Gift of Giving. I really love this cute little coffee cup with the cookie, the marshmallow, and the candy cane. So cute. But all the images are adorable from the stamp set. And this is in the holiday catalog right now. All right, so let me give you all the measurements of the pieces. We're using a 6x6 piece of the Berry Burst, and this is the 6x6 from the Glorious Gingham designer paper. Remember, this pack comes with the pecan pie, blueberry bushel, lemon lime twist, pretty peacock, and the Berry Burst. Just trying to remember all 5. So I'm going to cut this down with you. So this is your 6x6 piece. Then this piece is for the banner. This is cut at 1.5 by 5. And then this piece of Berry Burst cardstock is cut at 3/4 by 5. And then the inside, the Berry Burst is cut at 3 by 4.25. And then a piece of basic white, which is cut at 3.25 by 4.5. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp first. We're going to stamp on our basic white. And then I also have a scrap piece of Berry Burst. We're going to cut these out. Let me show you the dies we're going to use for that. The largest circle is from the Stylish Shapes, and I believe this is a 3-inch circle, so that's going to be with the Berry Burst. And then I'm using these amazing dies. These are the deckled circle dies. I think there's 14 circles in this. I could count them really quick, but I'm not going to. I think there's 14. So I'm using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th one from the smallest for my coffee cup. Okay, so those are dies that are available in the annual catalog and the mini catalog. So first we're going to go ahead and stamp our coffee cup. And I'm using the Memento ink just because I'm going to be using the Stampin' Blends. So we're going to use that. Stamp our coffee cup. Just going to stamp it in the middle, so I know I have enough space to actually cut the coffee cup out. All right, so we're going to color. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see what I'm coloring in. All right, so let's start with the Berry Burst. This is the Berry Burst Light, and I'm going to use the bullet tip on the end, and I'm just going to color in the berries. Can you see that? It's a really easy image to color in too, this coffee cup. So then I'm going to color in the stripes on my candy cane. Okay, that's it for that. And then let's color in the chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to use the crumb cake light for that. And then I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green light for the leaves around my holly berries. We're going to color both sets in. And then I'm going to color in the coffee cup with the Pool Party Dark. I'm going to go around the coffee cup. So let me just go ahead and color this in. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the edges of my coffee cup a second time. And then I'm going to bring in my Pool Party light and I'm going to blend those lines in with the dark and the light over the center of my greeting. Have a cup of cheer. And then I'm going to take my Pool Party light. I'm going to outline my marshmallows just to give them more of a white popping of the white of the marshmallows. So there's my cup. Isn't it cute? So cute and festive. All right, now let me go ahead and grab my die cut machine. Let me take this off picture in picture so we can get this all in one viewing here. Let me zoom back out. There we go. Just so that I can get my whole die cut machine in there. So I'm going to use the large Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because we're going to be cutting a large circle. Actually, 2 times we're going to cut. So we're going to first cut our coffee cup, and we're using the 1, 2, and 3 layers. And I'm going to use the deckled circle first for my coffee cup. Fits perfect. I'm going to layer that onto the machine and we're going to crank that through really quick. So there's my coffee cup. Isn't it cute? And then we're going to take the largest circle from the Stylish Shapes and we're going to cut out that circle with the Berry Burrs cardstock. Now this one will give a stitch edge around the circle. Can you see that? And it's a very light edge around that. That's what I wanted for my swaps. All right, so let's go ahead and move the die cut machine. Put that over back on my shelf. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get our trimmer for our base of the card. This is our Stampin' trimmer. Okay, so we're gonna cut this down to 5.5. Remember, this is your 6x6 piece of designer paper, the Glorious Gingham. So we're gonna cut this down to 5.5. And then we're gonna turn it on the 6-inch side and we're gonna score this at 2 inches or 4. So score it at 2. That's it. That's going to make your base of your card. Isn't that awesome? And the really great part is that you can use both sides. So this is the part where you're going to decide what side you want on the top to show. Do you want the smaller gingham or do you want the larger gingham? So it would look like this. I went with the smaller on the top. Okay? So then take your bone folder and burnish that edge. Grab my bone folder. Okay. Then we're going to put our 3/4 by 5.5 piece of cardstock underneath the flap just to extend it a little bit. So I'm going to put my glue right along this edge underneath the flap. And then we're going to layer this underneath, extending it just a little bit. Now I did cut mine a little bit longer just so that I could cut it down to exactly the same size. Okay, so 5.5. That looks pretty good. So you can see the Berry Burst is the solid color underneath there. Let me just trim this edge off here at the bottom, or on the edge here. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be your card. And then for my 1.5 by 5, all I did was I penned the end, or I flagged the ends on both sides. So I just cut up the center a little bit, and then I brought the points into the center. Just like that. Do this side the exact same way. Okay, so you got your banner, and then whatever side you put for the top of your flap, you're going to put the opposite on top, just like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some liquid glue along this top edge. Let me open this card so you can see it better. I'm going to kind of line up the points of my banner, of my flag, right above. Let me see here. I got to do this way, facing me a little bit so I can make sure it's straight. Right there. So it's kind of like right underneath the banner right there. That solid color of Berry Burst is right in the middle of the banner there. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and put our basic white piece. Now you could also stamp a message inside of your card, but I kept it blank so they could reuse it if they wanted. We're going to put this onto the Berry Burst, and then we're going to put this on the inside of the card. Right in the center. Look at it like this way here. So then when it closes, you have the edge showing through a little bit. See that? And then it's just a matter of popping up. Let me get my larger dimensionals here. We're going to pop up the coffee cup with 3 dimensionals. We're going to put this onto the Berry Burst circle. If I can get my backings off. Oh, still one more. All right. See how this is just going to give you a slight edge around that circle, and then you can see the stitching around that too. It's very nice. All right, and then you can pop this piece up if you want. I don't think I did, so I'm just going to put liquid glue at the very top, and then glue that down right in the center of the card. Yep, that's right where it looks good at, right there. And then I added some iridescent adhesive backed disc. These are so pretty. Oh, and they're flat, which makes it great for mailing. So you get a little sparkle or a little bling to your project without adding bulk. So let me grab take your pick tool. Let me grab some of these Berry Burst. I believe these are Berry Burst. I'm just going to add a couple of those around the coffee cup. And there's my card swap. Now this one I made using I think this was Poppy Parade. This was probably the first one that I made, trying to think of my card swap. And then you can see Janet's here in my original one that I did for my, not my shoebox swap, but for my card swap. So this one I think is the pool party. No, not pool party, sorry. Poppy Parade. And then this one's using the Berry Burst. And then this was Janet's card that inspired it all. I love your card, Janet. Thank you. She used the designer paper instead of like where I use the solid cardstock. So can you see that? Like okay, so this is what she did. She used a strip of like the remaining part. Like you could use this piece too and put that underneath there, but flap it over to the other side if you wanted. But I just decided to use the solid piece of cardstock to kind of tie it all together. Okay? All right. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. So let me know. I'll see you later. Bye.